If you're looking for a wide-angle lens for Nikon Z mount, Viltrox 24mm F1.8 Z mount lens is a fantastic option at its price point. Here are the reasons why. The lens has an all-metal build right from mount to body to focus ring and aperture rings. Though the lens hood is plastic, it is compact and doesn't feel cheap. 55mm filter thread of the lens is not common and might add up to the expense for a new ND or CPL filters. The lens is compact and lightweight, making it more balanced and practical to use. Although Viltrox 24mm f1.8 Z-mount lens lack weather sealing, I was pleasantly surprised that it was able to protect the sensor of my Nikon Z6II from the dewdrops formation during overnight filming of stars. Aperture ring makes some squeaky noise upon turning, but it could be just my copy. The grooves on the aperture ring makes it convenient to turn. Manual focus ring is just smooth and it has relatively short focus throw, which is convenient for photography. USB Type-C is available on the mount through which firmware updates can be made. This is neat. When mounted on Nikon Z6II camera, the autofocus performed adequately good. It is definitely not good enough to film fast-moving subjects, but it wasn't hunting and was smooth enough not to cause any distraction. Autofocus motors are surprisingly quiet, which is very good for videos. I use wide area AF face tracking and auto area AF face tracking modes depending on the situation. If the subject would move throughout the frame, then I would choose autofocus area AF, and when filming interviews or making review videos, I would prefer wide area AF face tracking mode. AF full mode is my preferred AF mode for video to track the subject, while in photos, I would prefer AFC mode. These are the AF settings that works best for Nikon Z6II. Image quality from this lens is absolutely fantastic. Videos and photos are sharp and bokeh is smooth throughout the autofocus regions. There is a little vignetting around the corners that can be distracting at times, but if you're careful to embrace it, it would add character to your videos and photos. I'm just amazed by the smoothness of the focus fall off from the subject to the background. This is adorable. There is a tiny bit of chromatic aberration which can be cleaned up in post. Lens flaring is not a big issue when it comes to this lens. I purchased this lens mainly for the astrophotography and it did a good job. I started using this lens more often now for vlogging during low light. If I need a tighter shot, I would just change the camera to DX mode, which would give me 36mm f2.7 full-frame equivalent focal length and aperture. This is a very convenient combination. If you're in the market looking for a 24mm focal length prime lens, I would highly recommend you to check this out. This lens comes highly recommended.